everyone, I'm Tanya Rivero. The president's personal attorney, Michael Cohen, was dealt a legal blow today. A judge forced him to reveal that Fox News host Sean Hannity is one of his clients. Cohen had sought to protect Hannity's identity. Here's how Hannity addressed the disclosure today on his radio show.
Michael never represented me in any matter. I never retained him in the traditional sense as retaining a lawyer. I never received an invoice from Michael. I never paid legal fees to Michael. But I have occasionally had brief discussions with him about legal questions about which I wanted his input and perspective. And I assume that those conversations were attorney-client confidential. And the other thing I will need to point out to the media that is apparently going insane over this, not one of any issue I ever dealt with Michael Cohen on ever involved a matter between me and any third party.
Cohen made the admission in a New York City courtroom today. The FBI raided his offices and home last week as part of a criminal investigation into his personal business dealings. Stormy Daniels also walked into the courthouse today, surrounded by a frenzy of cameras. Parts of the records seized are said to be related to her case. Cohen paid the adult film star $130,000 to stay quiet about an alleged 2006 sexual encounter with Mr. Trump. In today's hearing, another attorney representing the president is seeking to block prosecutors from reviewing Cohen's seized files. Our Jeff Pegues was in court and joins us now with details. Jeff, what can you tell us about the revelation that Michael Cohen was also Sean Hannity's lawyer?
Yeah, that caught people in the courtroom, obviously by surprise. And here's how it all unfolded in the courtroom today. Michael Cohen's attorneys were trying to prevent the name from coming out. They told the judge that they would rather not reveal this name. Over the weekend, Cohen and his attorneys got together and they figured out how many clients he had. He didn't have a ton of clients, according to his attorneys, just 3. Now, one of the names on the list they were trying to keep under wraps, essentially, and at one dramatic point, really, during the court hearing, the judge said, she didn't care about their request to keep that name under wraps. She wanted that name to come out, and she said, tell me now, essentially. And when she did, there was this audible gasp in the courtroom because it was Sean Hannity. And so that caught people in the courtroom certainly by surprise. Now, the question is, what kind of legal help did Hannity get from Michael Cohen? That's the question that we still don't have an answer to.
And Jeff, so client number 2 is President Trump. Do we know who client number 3 is?
Well, we don't. Hannity was the big reveal there today, the Fox News host. But the hearing is ongoing, and you have several parties involved. Obviously, you have the prosecutors there. They're arguing for access to this evidence that was seized last week from Michael Cohen. Of course, Cohen's attorneys are trying to prevent that from happening. They want to be able to review the evidence that prosecutors got their hands on. Also, the president's attorneys and Trump org attorneys are in the courtroom as well. So it's a crowded courtroom. Not only do you have all those attorneys there, but you have the media in the courtroom. There's an overflow room as well. And if you look outside behind me, you see all these news cameras here behind me. You have print reporters here as well, right outside the federal courthouse here in Lower Manhattan. So there is very much a circus atmosphere here. You also have in the courtroom Stormy Daniels, the woman who was paid $130,000 by Michael Cohen. So there is a lot going on.
Jeff Pegues outside.